with I forgot to turn on the subscribers only mode ね to avoid trolls in general. I should set the subscriber only mode. Okay. Okay. Whoosh. この Okay. How's it going, everybody? Can't wait for the live starts. Cuckoo. Whenever I eat sushi, my stomach hurts. Oh, maybe maybe raw fish is not for you. まあね sometimes I mean it's kind of rare. It's rare to me, but when I'm, for example, very tired, right? Very tired after so much drink or stuff like that, and then eat sushi. Yeah, my stomach hurts too. So I'm pretty sure there are some people who are just not good at raw fish. Don't have the immune system for that. So I get where it comes from. Joel, hair looks nice today. George, your hair looks great. そうそう。Thank you. なんかさ、I got the hair straightener the other day. This week か。そうそう。これ、I got this, hair straightener for the first time in like a decade, right? My hair has been always like curled. If you've seen me on YouTube, I'm always curled. Not just because my hair is naturally curly, a little bit wavy かな. I wouldn't say curly. Curly would be more like, afro hair とかだけど, in my case, I have wavy hair in general, and I even got my hair permed. So, that's an easy maintenance. But this time I kind of felt like want to change something, and I think the technology, right? Technology has probably improved in a decade, so decided to get one, and it's working very well. Because hair straightener back in the day when I was doing more than a decade ago, it didn't last so long, or it was really hard to manage. It was not that good like this, but yeah, I'm really satisfied with the result. The outcome was not cheap, but yeah, I'm very satisfied. It's really easy to, manage かな。So yeah, I'm stoked. I'm a bear. Welcome back. Mauriko, subscriber only activated. Yeah, I always do that to prevent trolls because if I let anyone in, there are always like people who just take advantage of that. You're right. So James, hello. I don't think it's the fish. I think it's the rice. Rice, but I'm not going to stop eating it. Rice, rice allergy or something? That's kind of rare. UDO, UDO かな。Hello, welcome. Yeah, no BS. Yeah. Cedric, welcome back. Do heart. Hey, congrats on your channel. Thank you. Thank you. Japan Viewfinder. New hairstyle. Yeah. Anthony, hello. Cedric, I'm back in the United States after a month and a half on Kyoto. What an amazing experience. I visited so many awesome temples and saw Mikau and Geisha. Mika and Geisha show. へえ、なんかね、京都 must been so much to see. Haven't been there for a while. I've only been there once. And it was a school event, school trip, school trip. プロメティアンオタク isn't not true that girls from Osaka are more open to dating foreigners. I think that's true. Yeah, that's what I've been telling you guys on this channel. And I'm sure there are some other people who notice that, but I think that's true. Osaka people are more open to be, in general, they are more friendly than people in Tokyo. Tokyo people are more like New York people, right? They are not so nice to strangers. But Osaka, people are friendly and they are open to, talk with like different people. Tokyo, you have to be same. You have to, there are, some kind of regulation or regulation, なんか, there is some kind of, you have to look certain way. You have to do certain things. You have to do certain things to look normal or be successful, look successful, stuff like that. And people are really hard to, trying hard to fit into the standard, the Tokyo standard. But Osaka people, they don't give a shit. なんか they respect more おもろい people. おもろい in Osaka language that means interesting ね。If you are おもろい then you win in Osaka. Right? If you got the sense of humor, go to Osaka. Yeah, they respect you so much. So yeah, I see. When it comes to couples, international couples who are on like social media, I see many of them are from Osaka or they live in Osaka or things like that. そうだね。So feels like, yeah, foreigners have more chance to get dates in Osaka, to be honest. 大阪とか福岡とかね。福岡, which is more like south area. The thing is, so in the South area in Japan, why can a foreigner, why a foreigner can be popular or successful there is because they have more traditional mindset, right? Like in Kyushu area, the South Japan area, they have more like traditional gender role, right? Like men have to protect their family and women have to be very, submissive and, they have to follow men, right? So I'm very sure that there are some women who are sick of it, right? uh, they don't want to follow traditional rules, and they don't like how Kyushu men treat them. But when it comes to foreigners, they have more like no. They tend to be more like gender equality is more aware. なんだろう aware. you have you have more sense of gender equalities and how to respect women in general. So I think, yeah, many women in Fukuoka or Kyushu area really respect that aspect of foreigners, right? And I've seen some Japanese women who got married to foreigners because of that kind of aspect. They are like they are sick of like super traditional culture there, and want to get something different, right? Just saw a rerun of Japan's women's football play Argentine and then Australia. Yeah, women's football now. Here look good. Thank you, thank you. Alex, hi. I also got some good news. I graduated from the program I was working in 2 days ago. Oh, nice. college かな college degree or something? Congratulations. Why are they so secretive about geisha? Secretive about geisha? Why Kyoto is secretive about geisha? Oh, so you can't really go in. There are some geisha houses who provide services for foreigners, but there are so many like traditional geisha houses that don't allow first customers. You always have to be introduced by the existing customers, things like that, right? And then they can't really, talk to geisha on the street. It's kind of prohibited, secretive. I think it's very. I think that's the way Kyoto. That's the way they protect their culture, like traditional, like manners and stuff like that, right? But also, it sounds like conspiracy theory, but I think that's pretty much true. That they are hiding those traditional geisha houses because in the modern culture, in the modern ethic, they are basically abusing and exploiting those geishas, and they don't want you to know, right? You know how how girls become geisha or even Maiko? Maiko is a geisha trainee, but do you know how girls become Maiko? they have to quit their school first of all, right? To be Maiko-san, like age of 14, 15, かな? Yeah, around 15. They quit their education, like normal education, and enter a geisha house. And if that's, if a girl go into like traditional geisha house, but basically they don't have any outside contact anymore. You're not allowed to have smartphone. You can't really go back to your house, like your hometown, except for like certain times of the year. And they have to learn like certain ways and manners that geisha house teach them to serve, all the things to serve rich old men, right? Rich old men. Like a super like big company owner とか business owners, like traditional business owners, not like newbie. Yeah, that's the thing. And in that kind of very like closed, なんだろうな, yeah, in that kind of circumstances, so many exploitation happen. But they don't get paid, okay? They don't get paid. Maiko, geisha, they don't get paid. There's no salary. It's all volunteer, right? Basically, you owe geisha houses, right? And you have to work to pay back or something, right? So they don't get paid. It's all volunteer. Yeah, they learn all those traditional dancing, how to, make up all the fancy looks and stuff like that. But who are they serving for? It's dirty old men. In the traditional houses, in traditional geisha houses. I'm talking about traditional geisha houses. They are, very secretive, and you can't really go in. Especially if you're a foreigner, I don't think you can go in. Right. So I think those girls liked how Geisha and Maiko Han look. The very elegant, so shiny, very gorgeous, that kind of aesthetic. But once they go in, they know, they learn how it actually is. It's, the modern slavery. Yeah. A lot of them, yeah. そうだね。まああとは、そうだね。So many dirty secrets they have. That's why they are so secret. That's it. Yeah. I have so many more, but yeah, that's the dark side of geisha culture, traditional geisha culture, right? If you have watched なんだっけ something geisha, a story of geisha, no, memories, the memories of geisha. If you have watched that movie, that's pretty much it, even in a modern society. Yeah. です。I'm a bear. I'm speaking of sushi. I could go for some sushi. Maguro is my favorite. The only problem is sushi is so small. I need to eat a lot of sushi to get full. Ah, that's true. Yeah. If they have side dishes, that'll be good. But yeah. Yeah. Seymour. Thank you. Yeah, I've just got the hair straightener. So now. So you guys like straight hair, huh? なんか straight hair もね I kind of like both, like curly, well, wavy straight. But seems like you guys like straight hair more. Anyways, thank you, Seymour. Osaka 以外おすすめがある? Yeah, I've just told you the Fukuoka southern area. Yeah. Yeah, Cedric says that too. Osaka dialect is fun, right? Yeah. Mauricio. One of my Japanese language teachers was from Osaka. We visited when studying abroad. So much walking. More than Tokyo. She was excited we were there. うんうんうん。So much walking ね。いや、そうだね。People who use that's what many like foreigners or especially Americans say, because they use cars mostly. They don't really walk in town. But in Tokyo, you walk. Or Osaka even. In Japanese cities, you have to walk. Well, I think that's good. Good for your health. Doug, what is the perception in Japan for dating people who are entrepreneurs? Haven't I talked about it? Is the mindset somewhat limited to preference for salaryman at big but stable company? うん。そうだよ。だって Japanese women, especially nowadays, seek for financial stability. Financial stability. Not about being rich or anything like gold digging or something like that. They are looking for someone to get through this society, Japanese society, or especially economy, ね。where it's stagnated for over 30 years. Almost 40 years. Japan's economy has been stagnated. So what people look for each other, like not just women but also men, they seek their partner for financial stability. Doesn't have to be like super rich, but stable income, right? That's why, salary men who work for like very like a big company or well-known company, they are more popular than successful entrepreneurs, right? Depends on what kind of business you are running, I guess. But people see entrepreneurs as like it's kind of like a risk. If the business doesn't go well, they're gonna have problem. That's what they think, which is sad. I'm not talking about how it's supposed to be. It's the reality of Japanese people's mindset, right? I'm an entrepreneur, so I think entrepreneurs have to deserve more respect, but that's not how many Japanese people think, right? I think as long as you can show the stability of your business, that's fine. But when it comes to just the title, they tend to prefer salaryman because that sounds more stable, right? And even for men, they seek for like some level of financial stability to women too. That's why jobs like nurses, daycare carers, like carers in general, and jobs that require certain certification, for example, nutritionists, those jobs are more popular when it comes to women. Because, if you have that kind of certification, you can go back to work easily, even after, quit other job, even after quit job during pregnancy and childcare. And then after childcare is kind of done, they can go back to their job in a different workplace because of the certification. They have more advantage, right? So even men seek for financial stability to women. Yeah. Which is crazy. The economy, Japanese economy is that bad. It really affects people's mindset like this. Which I will talk about it more detail in the next video I will publish. I've just done filming yesterday, so I'm going to edit. It's gonna take for a while, but I think it's gonna be a really interesting video. If you are thinking, if you are interested in like Japanese, なんだろうな、Japanese dating scene, but more like Japanese population crisis か. Yeah, why it's happening, right? Because population declining happens because there are less marriages, there are less dates, right? Well, overall. So I think I have an answer for that. Then I will talk about it in the next video. Yeah, geeks, I enjoy listening to you out of respect for your husband. I don't mention beautiful hairstyle. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Angelite, what you are saying then is foreign men are going to have a better chance in finding their special person in Osaka and the Kyushu region. I would say so. Or even like, no. Of course, it depends on the man. But I think it feels, yeah, Tokyo has more people, right? Tokyo has more people, but I think less people who are like willing to talk strangers or different people, right? But Osaka has that kind of mindset. And Kyushu women are probably frustrated with the traditional idea. So yeah, and maybe other countryside area too. Maybe Sendai とか. But I think southern area they have more like strong like idea of traditional gender role, right? So I think Kyushu area you have more chances. But I'm not saying that doesn't mean that if you don't have a game in your country, then you probably don't have a game in Japan, right? It's rarely a thing that you can't get a date or you are really, I don't know, you think you are awkward and not good at talking with women, you don't have any dating experience, you can't really attract women in your country, then so all of a sudden you can be popular when you come to Japan or something like that. It's rarely a thing, right? But seems like many men are hoping or expecting that's true, right? But I'm telling you, that's generally not a thing, right? But there are exceptions for sure. If you are not like popular, if you are not a Chad, but you are kind of slim, right? If you are not popular in your country because you are not like super macho, masculine guy, then you might have more chance in Japan because Japanese women don't really look for like hyper masculinity in men. So if that's the case, you might have more chance in Japan. You might look like kind of skinny. That's probably not an issue in Japan. Skinny is not an issue. うん。そうだね。You are more like, I don't know, emo guy. Emo guy. Maybe you are more like, artist type of guy. And then you are not really popular in the US or European countries where the women respect more masculinity. And then you might be successful in Japan. Yeah, that kind of, less masculine. If the reason you are not getting dates in your country because of your masculinity, then you might be more comfortable dating in Japan. But you still need a general, communication skills. You still have to take care of yourself in general. Like if you don't do that and then expecting Japanese women to like you, then you need some work, right? And I'm happy to help. I'm here to help those men. But yeah, that's what you should know. I was in a program that helps those with special needs myself. I have autism and I'm planning on getting a part-time job in the fall and try to build up money for college. Oh, sounds good. Yeah, good for you, good for you. Garage Tube. Good morning. Welcome. Geisha, who would volunteer for Geisha, right? I think it's, they want to join because of the aesthetic, right? All the gorgeous kimonos and dancing and other entertainment. And I think if you go into like modern geisha houses, yeah, maybe they don't get paid, maybe, but it's gonna be less exploitation, right? And then you can learn all the traditional Kyoto thing, and yeah, but traditional geisha houses, that's all the exploitation happens. And grapes, yeah, lots of grapes, yeah. Eloyd, welcome back. It's been a while. Volunteer means escort style? Kinda like that. It's not just escort, I guess. They perform traditional dancing. They do traditional like play. なんだろう、なんかわかんないけどI don't know. They have like all the games, traditional games, play with customers, right? So memories of Geisha, yeah. Have you watched any of Kimono Mom YouTube channel? I have, of course. She's the only Japanese woman. She's the only Japanese woman who is successful, who has more than 1 million subscribers of all the Japanese women creators, right? Creators, Japanese women who create content to the world. Not like there are some women YouTubers who make contents for Japanese audience, but when it comes to the world, right? International Japanese female creator, I think she's the only one, right? I'm sure she has lots to talk about when it comes to geisha cultures and exploitation, but she can't say that. she can't talk about it, right? Because she was in there. John, hello. Adachi, hello. If I ever go to Japan, I will probably go to Osaka. Yeah, yeah. Your hair looks good either way. Thank you. I have curly hair, but someone told me if I straighten it, it may not be as curly anymore. Does that change? I wish our cities here in Canada were like the ones in Japan. The closest we have is like Toronto or Montreal. Oh, how about Vancouver? She made us get off a train stop before the transfer station, walk 4 kilo past the station. Oh wow, that's a lot of work. Yeah. Mukbang fatty. I like your icon. The burger with sunglasses. Yeah, thank you. Have you watched Spirit Away and Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind? And do you like them? Of course, of course. That's the golden era of Ghibli, right? Hayao Miyazaki was on point at that time. Yeah, when I watched Spirited Away at the theater, right? I watched it when I was like 12. I believe I was 12 or 13 or somewhere like that. And yeah, I think that's if I pick 3 favorites out of all the Hayao Miyazaki film, Spirit Away, yeah, definitely probably one of the top 3. Spirit Away. まああとは more like kids thing, kids work like トトロザネイバーだっけネイバートトロだっけ隣のトトロ。I watched it hundreds of times when I was a kid. だね。I don't really follow recent Ghibli work, to be honest. I don't care too much, so much anymore. I think after Spirit Away, I think I stopped following so much. Was there any big name after Spirit Away? Marcus, welcome back. Oh, Gee Money has money. Wow, thank you for the big super chat. Aloha from Hawaii. Been traveling back and forth between Japan and Honolulu about 4 times this year. Wow. Been loving Atami and Ginza the most. Oh, it's got a contrast. Atami is like ocean city. And Ginza is a shopping area. I agree about Osaka girls. A lot more friendly for sure. Would like to get your opinion on a relationship. Okay, on a relationship. What does that mean? Ask. Get your opinion on a relationship. Okay, which relationship? A relationship Osaka woman? Is that what it is? Well, thank you. I will give you a sushi badge even. Yeah. Because it's a big one. The way they are handling the population decline issue is so weird because their immigration policy is still insane. So だね。Yeah, yeah, even though the population is rapidly decreasing, Japan doesn't allow immigration so much, and Japan doesn't really help Japanese citizens to raise kids. They pretend like they are trying to help moms and dads or encouraging people to get married and have kids, but they do all the unnecessary things, but necessary things. Right, Justin?
Yeah, hell yeah. What?
Taco! Yeah! Oh no! Oh no! ね、
Want your cup too.
Right. もうね、this morning. Don't mind his scar? Scar かなこれ。
Scrape?
Scrape か。ね。ね、he fell yesterday. 2 days ago かな。He fell 2 days ago and then scraped his under nose?
Upper lip.
Upper lip? Okay. ね。And this morning, he just put the coffee cup upside down. Yeah, he just came to the table and then
No hesitation.
no hesitation. Like, none of it.
You had a mission. Oh, look at you, buddy. Little DJ boy.
もうね、もう we went insane. It's a coffee, right? It's not just like water or something. It was a coffee, dark coffee.
And it wasn't like in an easy to reach area. He was on a mission.
Yeah. Right? もうね、もう this boy. Oi, stop it. Oi, stop it. No, hero.
Yeah, go sit on my side. Sorry, I gotta cross the ocean.
Oi, DJ boy. Hey. Oh, what you playing? What you playing? Oh, Linkin Park. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Yeah. Yeah. ね。はい。Are you watching Paw Patrol? Paw Patrol? Paw Patrol. Do you guys know Paw Patrol?
I'm sure there's dads who do.
Yeah, if you are dads or son, you probably know. But there's a Canadian originated anime called Paw Patrol. Basically there are puppies that have trucks like rescue. They are rescuing people and animals. The puppy, Dalmatian puppy has fire truck. Frenchy puppy has bulldog puppy has bulldozer. Like all the things boys like, right? Yeah, cars and puppies. So yeah, Hiro is really into it, and then he even learned to say Paw Patrol, right?
Yeah, it's like it's created in a lab for babies. Hey, okay, buddy, we're done. Ja.
Yeah. Bye.
Ikimasu. All right, say bye-bye to chat.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good job.
Good shot.
Yeah. Is there any chance to see Japan dominate consumer electronic again? これはね、難しいね。Because, recently, electronics is more about the price, like price reduction than the actual quality. So, Teras gives. I hear that starting next year, Japan will be imposing a bachelor's tax on single individuals. Is there any truth to this? I haven't heard of it, so I can't really say. But I don't think Japan does that kind of extreme measure. We are still conservative country, so it sounds very extreme. It really does make a difference whether they speak English or not, even if you speak Japanese. If they speak English, cultural differences matter less. If they speak English, yeah, that's true. Or if you speak Japanese. But yeah, language barrier is big, man. And so really, you can't ignore. What's the woman's impression for 20s man who does kickboxing in Japan? まあ、kickboxing もさ、I think it attracts some women for sure. Especially you are young, then I don't think that would be an issue. But I think, yeah, I like boxing, kickboxing. I'm so masculine. How do I look, right? If a man does that, I think that's the equivalent of men who does that is more like a woman who is like, yeah, I'm doing Pilates 5 times a week. I'm so healthy. I'm a fitness girl. More like Pilates girl. Or like, I like to go to museums. My hobby is to go to museums and watch art. How does that sound to you, right? Can you guys feel like, yeah, I have things in common with this girl. I definitely want to talk with her, right? I think some men are into art, some men are into Pilates, but I don't think that's like many, right? So kickboxing alone, I don't think that attracts or like because girls can't find things in common, right? So if you have things in common in other aspects and then doing kickboxing, I think that's attractive. But if you are all about, masculine sports, training and all that kind of things, maybe it's hard to. It might attract some women, but it's gonna be hard to create like deeper connection with a woman. Yeah. If you don't have game there, you don't have game here. This bestie, work on yourself. Yeah, because I gotta be honest, right? Um, yeah, sometimes it's not about the gimmick, right? If you use this dating app, you can be popular. If you go to this country, you can be popular. It's not just about that. It affects a little bit in the game, but if you go to a shooting game and don't have so many guns, then the game is hard for you. So you have to get guns, practice, right? You can't just skip those things. It looks like we have our work cut out for us to get Asagi to 1 million. 1 million はね, yeah. I don't have so many viral contents. Angelite, I'm awkward and not the alpha chat type, but I'm willing to put myself out there even if my game is a little rusty. I do know how to talk to women, currently in broken Japanese, but working on them. Yeah, that's the spirit. Man, I support you. Super masculine alpha male, aggressive steroid users probably don't do well in the Japan dating scene. Probably not. Kimono Mom is traveling the US, promoting her sauce, I think. Yeah, kudos, right? Kudos. Making out her own product, ね。すごいすごい。 I'm a bear. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not sure about how masculine I am. Loud, but I am about 5'5" and not skinny, but not fat. I'm about 84 kilograms. 5'5", 84. 5'5", because I'm 5'5". So you're like my height, 84 kilogram. You must be very macho. Sounds like. Well, I haven't seen you, so I don't know. But そうだね, you have a beard and short crew cut hair. まあね, I can't picture very well, but you know. Thank you so much. I'm a bear. I think if you are dating in the US, then that doesn't affect, having beard とか. Tell us, are you a fan of Satoshi Kon's work? I don't know who that is. Yeah. The Boy and the Heron was the last movie, I think. I don't know that one. Yeah. Bye, Anthony. Keitaro, welcome back. Ryan, hi, boy. Did you hear that people aren't marriage in 2060, 26 Japan will have tax for the singles? Oh, so that's the thing. That's the thing. But that's like bullshit. There are plenty of other things to do without taking taxes from anyone because they are taking so much already. Japanese government is so much tax, and it keeps pushing the record, right? Last year they took the most of tax income of you know the most tax income of all the years, right? Uh, and then why do they take more? Singles doesn't matter. It's like blaming single people for not getting married. No, it's not because of them. It's you, government. That's such a bullshit. Yeah. I really hate what government does when it comes to, especially when it comes to this, you know, uh, population crisis. Like, they're, they, it's you. The problem is you. The economy, the people can't really get married. It's not singles are just, fuck marriage, right? Many people still have desire to find partners, but they can't really do it because they think most of the Japanese people think that, oh, I don't have enough money to get married, especially men feeling that way, even women. And you should work on that. And you shouldn't take, like, if you take more money from singles, then singles don't have money, even less money to be able to get married and have kids. Like, what a dumb idea. What a dumb idea. ひろちゃん、あ、ダニエルというか、Hey, かいちゃん studied 保育園 yesterday. Oh, good luck with that. He's gonna get germs all the time. He's gonna be sick all the time. I'll assure you. Always get sick. Yeah. You know, like tea more than coffee. I guess so. No coffee on the table. Hiro turned the coffee cup over to test gravity. I mean, that's I guess what it is. He's playing, right? And then see what causes what, right? I know, but still, yeah. Sniffing coffee grounds. ね I do. My nephew watches it. No, no, no. It's also true that Japanese people don't really say I love you like Westerners do because they more about show don't tell. So that's true. Yeah. He tips coffee for no reason and smiles at such depressing song. So, so yes, yes. Yeah, baby is a little boy now. Definitely has dad looks. Nice family. Yeah, yeah, yeah. もうね、everyone says, yeah, Hiro looks like Justin, his dad. だね。まあでも、that's true. My 3-year-old son is named after a writer in Paw Patrol. そうなんだ because my daughter loves the show. あ、そうなんだ That's cute. Writer. Writer かわいいね。he's cute. Writer is probably like the most popular one, I guess. ね。I like Rubble. Rubble cute. Do you know that? Did you know that? I mean, I don't know how many people actually know Paw Patrol, but there is a bulldog, right? Bulldog who rides bulldozer. He's like the most, I don't know. I guess of all the cute puppies, he's more like power character, right? And then Paw Patrol is on air in Japan too. So it's all Japanese dubs, right? And the Rubble, I, Rider か、Rider ごめん。Sorry. Rider is the leader guy. Boy. Leader guy. He's not a puppy. Rider is a boy. Oh, okay. That's why your daughter likes the boy. Okay. Not the puppy. But Rider ね。Okay. Rider in Japanese Paw Patrol, he's Kento. He's not Rider. It kind of kills the naming, but you know, Rider はちょっと for Japanese kids, I guess it's hard to kind of remember. So they call Rider Kento. So Kento. And the Rubble, the bulldozer bulldog guy, puppy, he is Osaka-jin. Osaka, he has Osaka accent in Japanese Paw Patrol, which is hilarious to me as I watch both, you know. In my parents' house, Hiro watches in Japanese, and in my house, he watches Paw Patrol in English. So yeah, it's so weird. It's hilarious. Yeah. Your new co-host, yeah. I think my son always had scrapes, bruises, cuts. He just didn't have any self-preservation instincts. But he's 40 now. Oh my gosh. そっか。ねえ、まあ、boys ね。boys and kids. I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu myself. Oh, that's cool. I'm 41 and still have the same problem. Frank, thanks for the super chat. Super sticker. And welcome. Thank you. Christopher, hello. New hairstyle, yes. Got the straight hair straightener. I don't know why I thought Asagi would be taller. Asagi would be taller. Oh, so 5'5" is about 165. Yes, that's my height in centimeter. And interesting, whenever I meet people in real life, like when I originally met online and meet them in person, like last time, Kuro Couch, right? When I met Kuro Couch, both Gizmo and Tali, they said, "Oh my God, you are taller than I thought." That's what people say. I don't look tall on the screen, but I mean, I don't really show the whole torso. But even, I'm showing my whole picture and on Instagram and stuff like that, but they still think that I'm shorter. Well, which is interesting, yeah. Now, how I look on the screen or social media is not how you actually see me or any, public people, ne? Remember that. I never watched A Boy and the Heron either, Asagi-san. I just remember the Ghibli movie because it was a big deal since it was supposed to be the last movie by Miyazaki's studio. Oh. I always thought that the tax income and the money that they were going to use for helping the population, they were pocketing themselves because it ain't working. More, that's so true. Yeah. They are using most of those tax to their pocket and companies, like big companies that they have like, connection with. Uh, yeah, they are kind of sending money to like certain companies that give favor to the government and military money. Yeah, self-defense. Now, most Japanese people don't seek for, but they want to use it, right? So they are using our taxes to those things that Japanese people don't intend to, and keep taking money to do other stuffs. Like it doesn't really make sense at all. Taking tax from singles. I mean, then reduce tax of parents. Reduce tax from us who are actually raising family. Okay? That's what they should do. Don't take tax from singles. That doesn't help anything. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. It's actually, yeah, I don't know, increasing, uh, you know, encouraging them not to get married. Yeah. What the fuck they are talking about? Like, what the heck? Yeah, Japan is gonna die soon. How is taxing singles more supposed to help anything? I know, right? I know, right? WT, vote かな. It seems the government could benefit to hear your opinions. Right? This is why I don't like conservative governments, right? Taxing single people for not being married, making one of the reasons not to get married even worse, right? Then some will go and get another job, having even less time for a relationship. More exactly though, that's what's gonna happen, right? It's obvious that many people who want to get married cannot get married because of the financial issue. That's obvious, but government keep ignoring it. Oh, no, 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 that's not about it. Hora, hora. See, we made a dating app. Government sponsored dating app. So people can meet each other, right? But the thing is, even if people meet, they don't match because the financial issue, right? It's so frustrating to see what governments do with this dating, dating というか、まあその marriage というか、そう population because I'm a dating advisor. I care this issue a lot because it's really connected to dating, right? So yeah. But yeah, government. Yeah. Oh my god, I talked about government. This channel is gonna be deleted soon. If this channel will get deleted, then I smell government there. Right? We smell government if that happens to my channel. Remember, I will make archive here. I will make snippet for the proof, you know. I think the funniest thing I've seen for having kids is that one lady claimed she grew taller after having kids. え、そうなのすごい。Paw Patrol is popular in the East, like Tom and Jerry. Oh, Tom and Jerry ね。Is your height considered tall in Japan? そうだね。Yeah, pretty much taller. I think women's height, women's height average is 159 or somewhere like that. 159. I don't know the inch. 159. So I'm definitely taller than that. Taxing the singles and reducing support for unemployed bothers me. It's like they are saying the single and poor are taking from the ones with everyone. ね。ね。ね。This society is really, giving favor to the very small percentage of rich people. Yeah. Asagi for Japanese Prime Minister, right? Right. One of my nurses was called Chase. Oh, I teased her saying Chase is on the case. Right. ね、cop, cop pup ね。cop pup. He has a, yeah, he's like a cop. Yeah, he has patrol car and stuff like that. Police pup かな。police pup. Chase is on the case. The government uses health as an excuse to tax cigarettes and alcohol here very highly. There was even talk to fat tax. Fat tax! Fat tax! やばいね。今にある女性のことで悩んでいます。日本出身で今はハワイに住んでいます。ハワイに住んで25年の間家族内暴力を受けていた辛い過去があり、そんな彼女をもう6年以上にわたって支える友人として許ってきました。私は彼女の関係を友人以上に進めたいと思うようになってきました。でも彼女はとても慎重でなかなか心を開けないように感じます。私はもうすぐ60になります。なるほど。もし健康に嫌いなのがあと15年ぐらいだとしたら、この先の時間をただ待って過ごすのではなく、誰かと心が寄せながら大事。でもこんな風に思うので自己中心的でしょうか。彼女の気持ちや過去を大切にしたい一方で、自分の残された時間についても、なるほどね。まあね。So she's divorced, I assume. She's divorced, but has she like mentally recovered from the domestic violence? I think that's the point. Feels like that's the point. Because if she's not ready for a new relationship, then it doesn't work for both of you. ね。わかるけどね。I get both sides. This is actually hard. Yeah. I need more details, I guess. But do you think she has moved on? I mean, I don't know. I think you have to look for the clue for that, right? But yeah, because that's not up to you. Maybe you are supporting her for a while, but at the end of the day, she has to get her shit together, right? I know it was probably really hard for her to get through that, but as long as she's feeling down and then still hurt and then cannot really get over the past uh, violence, I don't think it's worth trying, worth pursuing. You'd rather want to keep the friendship. That's what I would say. Yeah. So, and I hope you are not supporting financially. I hope you are not supporting her financially, because that's where it gets complicated, right? I've seen the customer like that, like the girl, Japanese girl. I mean, she was like 40, but the lady was really hurt or something, like a mentally unstable. She became mentally unstable, and then the guy started to give financial support, my customer. Yeah, and then he says it's been like that for like few years, and I was like, dude, she's taking advantage of you. Maybe she's really hurt, maybe she's really, you know not in a really good state, but she can't take advantage of him such a long time and receive money. Yeah. And it took him like a year and a half to decide to break up with her, right? But for that 1 year and a half, he kept coming back to my service and then talk about the same thing all the time. Yeah, she doesn't seem like she wants to, uh, elevate our relationship. She doesn't seem to be ready, and I want to support her, but things just doesn't change. Like, dude, you gotta be, you know, brave to cut her out, right? Because I get that she's hurt, she's feeling sorry, she feels bad taking money, getting support from him, but she does that. She keeps doing that, right? So I've seen that kind of case. So I hope you are not in that kind of case, right? And in this case, you are not even her boyfriend or anyone. You're just a friend. So yeah, hope that's not the case. But yeah, but generally, I don't think it's worth pursuing if she's not ready. Yeah, you probably wanna go for other woman if you are seeking for a partner to spend the rest of the life with, and especially if you don't have so much time, then move on. Oh Lloyd, it's hard to say what governments are thinking. Yeah, I guess. Joe, thank you so much. I don't know about you, but I love the thought of a dating app run by the government, uh, because they run everything so well. Also, yeah, I think idea isn't bad. Like government, like a dating up with government security. It's not a bad idea. But even when they have that, right? People still struggle because they don't really know. なんだろうな。まあ、it's hard to find someone who meets criteria. At the end of the day, you have to attract with your own charm, which a lot of people don't have that kind of practice, especially nowadays. Women height in US average is 5'3" and 173 lbs. Hard to find single woman in decent shape. あ、そうなんだ。But I don't know this. Is that pound? I don't know. I only know kilos. So yes, divorced. Think so, but it's 25 years. That why? Hard for me to tell. She's moved on, but hard to tell because Japanese tatemae custom. Watch her action instead of what she says. Has she signed up for dating app? Is she, um, is there any clue that she likes you, like romantically? But yeah, yeah. Watch out her actions. And if you really think she has moved on, then ask her out without expectation. Like, don't put her pressure, like, no pressure. But still, it's a risk that that might affect your friendship. So, yeah, friendship to relationship is very hard, to be honest. Less chance there, because you know you're already in a friend category to her, right? Because you were there to support her as a friend. So it's hard to change the game from that kind of situation. So you really have to uh, approach with cautious and no expectation. Don't expect her anything. I grew 1 inch taller after yoga. That's interesting. After class, I hit my head on my car and my head was touching the ceiling. I heard my bones pop 100 times during class. わあ、でもね、makes sense. なんかね、when you do, like, when you train core muscle, your height might get taller. Oh, WT, thank you for the donation. Here's the donation for your political campaign. Thank you. Yeah, I really want to. I mean, maybe I don't want to be a politician. I guess, there are so much dark things going on. So I don't want to be a politician, but I definitely do want to, なんだろうな, help people's dating life here in Japan or, international relationship. Healthy international relationship that can lead to, contribute to the population crisis in Japan, right? So yeah. どれにしようかな。お、How about Fortune Cat? Fortune Cat for WT. ね。Thank you. I'd vote for Asagi. Thank you. I got your vote. Oh, you are supporting finances too. That makes it very hard. That makes the situation really hard. そっか、お金もあげちゃってるか。それはね。I think so. Okay. Does she really need it? Does she really need your money? If you stop your support, then she's gonna go homeless? Is that the situation? ね。As a woman, I don't get it. Sure, I might go broke, but I can't just keep receiving a man's money like that. maybe to support her kids, maybe. But that's like, man, これはね、なんかさ、I really don't want to say it. I really don't want to say it. But there's a, there's a possibility that she's taking advantage of your kindness, right? If she really needs financial support from a man, then she should look for a partner, not Patreon, I think. Or work by herself, you know? Or maybe she really appreciate it, but are you okay with it? Are you okay? Is that some kind of like a charity? If you do, if you keep doing the charity, then don't expect romantic relationship there. Cause yeah, if you want to do charity, that's great for you. There's a really, you know, there's a woman who's really, you know, got through so much and has to, I guess, support her children, support uh, family without the abusive husband. She's in pain, she's in trouble, and you wanna support this woman genuinely, then good for you. But in that case, don't expect a romantic relationship out of there. You have to keep it clear. It's gonna be really complicated, can be nasty if you try to seek for something more than that. I really hate to say it. It might be really rough for you, but I think, if you are a nice man like that, you have to be compassionate and give support to this woman, then I think you can find someone else to spend a life with, right? Think so. Yeah, that's life. もうね、M3R like down Miss Asagi like down. Ah, thank you like down. Pao Garcia, long time no see. Ooh, vegan Zden, how are you? Upper Austrian dialect. ああ、そっかそっか。ね、do 違う do じゃない。Ich bin good. Ich bin good. I don't know. Ich ich bin glücklich. Glücklich. I'm happy みたいな。I haven't done German for a while. Very long time. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like papakatsu. Right. これはね、yeah, I know you are in a really rough situation. ね。But yeah. If you really there's more. I bought a Japan-based business in Atami last year. I just learned about taxes after I paid a bookload of Japanese property taxes. Oh, yeah, yeah. They'll take so much out of you. そうそう、でも、そうなんだよ。Yeah, yeah. Think of it as uh as a UNICEF. Yeah, UNICEF. You know UNICEF, right? The donation you pay for African children, right? Think of it as you are supporting African girl or something. There's a program for that, right? You pay certain amount of donation each month to be なんだろう a mother or a father of an African child, right? That's the system. There's a system like that. And you don't expect any physical contact or, I mean, not to mention romantic relationship out of there. It's a donation simply to give support to, you know, someone who is not in a really good situation, right? That's what you are doing right now. So it's not papakatsu, right? You don't expect anything that, like that, right? And then if you really want to find someone to spend life with, a partner for the rest of your life, then move on, try to look for other women, and if necessary, cut the financial tie from her, out of her, the woman you are supporting. Maybe discuss once you start meeting new people, potential partners, because I'm sure the partner, your future partner, wouldn't like the fact that you are paying for another woman, right? So you might have to have a really difficult discussion with her, but I think that is the best for you and eventually for her. Right? But right now you are doing the donation. UNICEF. UNICEF. Okay? うん。The No BS Japan Party. Vote one for no more bullshit government. I know, right? When they bring machine learning and mass data collection into it, government run matchmaking apps will be interesting. Maybe, if they have that kind of resources. How much of the problem is the economic conditions making men feel like they can't be good partners, husbands, because they work so much or don't make enough? How much of the problem? How much of the problem? どういう意味だろう? I don't understand. But if I read it correctly, they work so much and don't make enough. I think that's the answer, right? Japanese companies don't really pay for their employees regardless of, or even when an employee, even when a worker work long time, they don't really pay so much. So basically, well, not just men, but people who work long hours are not necessarily getting paid so much. So it's time-wise, financial-wise, like income-wise, it's really inefficient, right? People are working long hours for not so much money. That's the really ね、more hideous side of Japanese working culture. So, ね、まあ if you work in Japan, you definitely gotta be like, don't just follow them. You gotta be you. You have to protect your basic rights, worker rights, because they easily try to break it. うん。I don't most relationships start out as friendship first. Oh, that's the biggest misconception that many guys have. Relationship doesn't start from friendship, okay? No. I mean, there are cases like that, but no. Even when it starts that way, there's a reason for that. なんか because so this is the human brain, especially women brain, right? When a woman sees you at the first time, they categorize you into some なんか either like attractive guy. Attractive guy she would sleep with. Or nice guy. She doesn't mind having you around. Right? And like yikes. This man, yikes. He smell so bad とか he's wearing he's wearing like a hobo とか like there's no chance you can date if you are categorized this category ね into this one ね so basically you have to be this a man she would sleep with. You wanna be in that category. And maybe this, but you wanna be in this category, right? You don't wanna be a nice guy either. So yeah. So if once you are categorized as a friend, basically なんか nice guy category, then it's hard to move to this category from here. Unless something really like big happen. So I think the case you can be from here to here, right? Nice guy to a guy I would sleep with, right? You have to have a constant exposure. For example, you are a coworker of her. Then you have more chance to meet her very often, and then you can show more like your good side of you. You have a chance to support her. You have a chance to, drink with her, or you have more connection in because you are in the same environment, or you are classmate of this woman とかね. In that case, that can change from here to here, but most of the adults friendship, it doesn't really happen, right? You probably meet her online とか you probably meet her at the event とか you don't have so many chance to see her regularly. Then you really have to aim to be categorized here, right? Women usually decide at the first sight, もう first meeting. So there is less likely be the case that you are friends with her, and you will grow a romantic vibes out of there. That's only in anime, okay? That's only in anime or movies. Mm. So in a real life dating, that's less likely to happen. That's the that's the real. Yeah. So many people have that kind of なんかマインドセットというか misconception. うん。I only had one relationship as a friendship and it went down the toilet. I have two others after meeting online, so it's kind of RNG. I don't know what the RNG is, but I think Adachi is saying what I'm saying, right? It's so fun to hear random Asagi Japanese. I go like, hey, I understood that. Cool. You could even help make it easier for foreigners to adjust to living in Japan and maybe make things a little easier because I've heard the horror stories too. That happened to my uncle in Thailand. A girl was taking advantage of him like, don't do it. うん、そうそう、あるよね、あるよね。Yeah, yeah, the horror story like that. Yeah, happens, happens. Yeah. David, welcome back. UNICEF. No, UNICEF, but it really is UNICEF. But if you want to study German again and wants to take the tests, don't take good exam. Take the UST わかんない。OST かな Deals with German, Austrian, Swiss varieties of Hash Deutsch, unlike good. わかんない。全然わからない。So, okay. I think I understood that, but yeah, keep that in mind. A bit of tough love. うん、ね。シュラインディンガーズキャー、Thank you じゃなくて、こんにちは、ハローだ。アサギ is there good? ダンケ UNICEF. I'm still cracking up. RB, hello. You are 100% correct about friend zone. Yeah, that's the friend zone. そう。ね、once you are in that category, it's hard to get out of there. うん。Sounds like Japan work culture needs some Western additions, like no more loyalty to company, quit if they don't treat you well and fairly. ね、younger generations are becoming that way, but the culture is still, in the root of many companies. I don't like the word nice guy. Why would you want someone who isn't nice? So what do they mean when they say it? Right? まあ、I think so. I think when it's a nice guy label, right? Nice guy label comes from woman's instinct, like revolutionary factor, right? What does nice guy actually means is that you are not the guy I would share DNA with, but you are still a good provider, right? Because in old times, when we were still, doing campfire and living in a cave or something like that, right? I think there were like male people. There were men who are providing sperms right? Because strong DNA, women want that. And also guys who walked to get food, right? Get food, work harder, and provide the entire like community, right? People were cooperating each other like that, right? That's how the なんだろうなあの ancient tribes communities worked, right? So women from women instinct, right? They want to protect children, family, but women are not powerful enough to go hunt とか usually ね they are supposed to take care of children to make sure they are safe and fed to make sure the environment they try to have as many men nice men who can provide but probably not for sex right not to have baby with but to provide their baby they want to keep more men to work for them right the, it sounds like they are evil but that's how society the ancient society worked and then it's only a modern thing to become like this like dating culture とかね it was more like a survival in a human history in a long time. I mean just like men tend to be like I don't know they want to have more sex more women to have sex まあね in general but なんかto have more offsprings right that's the men's revolutionary traits but women's revolutionary traits they want to have more providers to protect family right so I think those are the nice guys right nice guys but you want to be more than that right so yeah so once you think she is thinking you as a nice guy then run it's not your responsibility to protect her family or anything in the modern society it's not your responsibility at all so fuck them and go for a woman who is willing to have a relationship with so yeah man my advice is on point especially today don't you think I think なんか my brain's working very well today I don't know why there is a such thing as being too nice. Yeah, too nice. Yeah. I meet a lady in Facebook after a couple of weeks of chatting and knowing each other period of time. She started asking Apple's gift card for her foods. Is this a kind of scam? She's a volunteer doctor abroad. Volunteer doctor abroad? Sounds odd. Apple gift card? It's not something you ask for, right? It would be nice if you give it to her from your will, but you don't ask for it. It smells, yeah, it stinks. It stinks, yeah. Yeah, right, Daniel? Right? Sounds like a scam, right? I think in real life you have a short window of time to change her initial perception, but a lot of guys try to play the long game and permanently get stuck in the friend zone. もう本当にそうなの。Yes, yes, yes. So much. Yes. So especially when a guy is more like a beginner, they are really stuck in like a girl, not like girls, but one girl and try to pursue even after a girl said no, I don't think we are gonna be a relationship. Sorry, but we can be friends. And even after that, he still pursue her, hoping something happens later on, right? Because she still talks to him as a friend. But man, man, wake up. She said no. You're a friend of her. You're friend zoned. Move on. But many of beginner men cannot get out of there. I mean, that's part of a life. But don't stuck there for like 5 years or even decades to doing that, right? Yeah. Sounds like nice guy is code for someone no one respects. そんなことないよ。そんなことないよ。That's not true. That's really not true. I think they truly think you are a nice guy when they said, nice, you are nice. But you have to judge that, is that as a provider or is that actually having a romantic intention? You really have to see. Yeah. Asagi is extra no bullshit today. I know, right? All the caveman days. So, でも it really affects our like it. This comes from like science. It's actually there are actually people and researcher who research those things, right? The humans revolutional なんか pattern of pattern of people's action, act, how we act. Some of the action we make really comes from back in the day. It's kind of programmed in our brain and DNA to be that way, right? Of course, there are exceptions. It's a modern society. Some people adjusted well, but some people just can't adjust well, right? So, nice guys only get the girl in movies and TV shows. そうだね、そうだね。That's why those animes and TV shows do well because that attracts many, you know, なんか they think they have hope. うん。I normally don't catch these live streams as it clashes with my sleep patterns, but I'm awake very early today, so hi. Thank you, Robert. ね、appreciate it. RNG is random or random events, basically. あ、そうなんだ。Dating can be random because you don't know if the person has a lot of baggage or not. Or Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy? You wanna be a bad boy, guys. そうだね。そうだね。違う。I don't 100% agree. But, so, this is an extreme statement, but I think most of the girls' dream is that this bad boy, right, who attracts many women, who can attract many women, he can play with many women. Super handsome, attractive men, right? Turn into a really good guy and loyal after he starts dating with her, right? That's the girl's dream. That's what happens in girls' comic, girls' TV show, anime, stuff like that, right? Like think of なんだっけ Gray, 50 Shades of Grey, right? That's exactly what it is. Gray was a player. He's a rich business owner. he can have sex with anybody. But once he met this girl, like random girl, college girl, once he met her, that changed his life. He became loyal, and I guess, at the end of the day, they get married. Yeah, right. I think that's the extreme fantasy that girls have, right? I mean, that shit doesn't happen in the real life, right? but that's the women's fantasy, right? So yeah. So if you go out there and start trying to attract women, then don't try to be like super loyal from the beginning, you know? Yeah. Because women don't think it's so attractive unless there are exceptions, but if you're like, I'm only seeing you, it's only you, right? And that's your first date or something, right? You know, yeah. Don't make her think that she is the only option for you, at first. ね。 'Cause that's kind of a burden for a woman too, right? Oh, am I the only potential partner to him? That's kind of like heavy. If I do make it to Austria and law their states, I must wait for my wife until she gets a basic German test. How will I cope the long wait? I'm 33, while my wife is 55. Oh, she's also learning English. Eh? Austria has that kind of threshold. You have to speak and have some kind of German test score. Is that like a must? Can one to move to Austria without speaking German? そうなの？ Very strict だね。Japan doesn't even have that. でもさ、can't she just can't you guys just get married then if that makes sense to you? But it sounds like what? どういうこと? So she has to learn and get certain score of like German test to move to Austria. Isn't that very strict? そうなの? You don't want to wait for that. You don't want to wait for that. なんかYou could, but that's a risk to me. That sounds like a risk. Well, I don't know. I don't know the entire story. So what is a guy to do to more than just a nice guy?
Oh no.
Eh?
You're talking about nice guys?
Nice guys.
Oh, you dug yourself a hole.
Nice guy was I think the cheat code is right. It's cheat codes. Cheat code. Cheat code. Number one is to work on your appearance, especially hair. Hair ね。もう hair makes most of your appearance when it comes to guys. So, yeah, like you, Justin. Yeah. And don't wear weird clothes like なんかヤクザ shirts とかね。ヤクザ pattern shirt, like super chain, like Versace kind of shirt とか。Like, don't wear weird clothes. Wear plain t-shirts like mine. This is from Uniqlo, by the way. You can get this like $8. So go get it. Go get it from Uniqlo. Plain t-shirts.
Camera and show everybody what they're not supposed to do. You want me to show what they're not supposed to do?
Yeah, this is the outfit you shouldn't wear to attract Japanese women.
Don't wear Don't wear Dragon Ball shirts. Don't wear shorts. Don't do this.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, shorts.
Okay. No shorts.
Yep.
Shorts. If you haven't had a haircut, wear a hat. Wear a hat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. もうそうなの。That's the cheat code. That's something you can just change. If you go to like a nice barber and go to Uniqlo, then you can change it. Well, if you are maybe out of shape, then work on your, gym, go running and stuff like that. I think that's the cheat code, not to be categorized as friend, nice guy. That's the cheat code number one, and that's cheat code number two. Cook. You should cook. Like that guy.
Yeah, I broke all the rules except for that.
But yeah, I think cooking is the most attractive thing man do. When it comes to, we are talking about having a serious relationship, right? Then men who can cook, they are so attractive to especially Japanese women because many Japanese men don't really cook and don't really do chores. まあそうね、chores in general. If you are good at cleaning, cooking, super sexy, right? 本当にだよ、マジで。That's the cheat code number two, yeah. So my cousin, you know my cousin, right? The oldest cousin. He has the only one who has wife out of all the other cousin.
Did I? Oh, the older one, yeah.
Old one, older, like my age. He got married to a very nice lady, and he's shorter than me. He's shorter than me. He doesn't have super fancy job. He's not good looking. Not he doesn't have a handsome face or anything like that. He's like average guy, right? But he got a nice lady from a really nice family, cause he can cook. I still remember he cooked tiramisu and brought to the family gathering とか. He was really good at it. He really likes it. And he's got a wife, right? He's the only one out of 4 cousins I have. So that's the cheat code, guys. 本当に. I think that really affected. She's the wife is kind of like a chubby side, right? I think she likes to eat. I think she likes to eat. So that really attracted her, I think.
It's mutually beneficial, right?
Yeah, mutually beneficial. 本当だと思うよ、これは。I think, yeah. So if you want to be an attractive guy, work on, decent appearance. Work to get decent appearance and do chores and cooking, especially cooking, right? あと good with kids とかね。
Be a good listener.
Be a good listener だって、guys.
That's, yeah. I don't know if my advice is any value, but yeah, just especially with Japanese women, a lot of Japanese men are terrible listeners. So if you just listen, ask pointed questions, you're genuinely interested in her as a person, that's going to be a much bigger impact than a lot of people think. Like it sounds like a small thing, but it's huge.
確かにね。A lot of dating advisors in Japan to men, they all say that. Be a good listener. Think as if they are not interested in you, right? They don't care about your story. They don't care about what you like or what achievement you've done in the past. So focus on listening to her. Focusing on let her talk, not talk about yourself. In the end, the ratio is 70% listening and 30% talking about yourself is the best ratio. But yeah, that's the general advice many dating advisors have actually. Japanese dating advisor ね。Because interesting, I think Western dating advisors are more like learn how to present yourself well みたいな。Learn how to tell good stories とか。Which I agree a lot. But if you lack listening skill, that's gonna kind of kill your presentation skill if you don't listen well. And I think Japanese people really care about that. If you are not really a good listener, then you think like, this guy or this woman is not like nice to me. She doesn't care about me, and then immediately lose interest towards you. So, ね。久しぶり。あ、リーパーだ。Welcome back. そうね。Derek CRX. Hello. Are you concerned about Japan's aging population? We've just talked about that, and I will. I've already filmed a video talking about Japan's population crisis, and will publish sometime soon. So, yes, I do care about that. A street dude with a business degree. Street dude? Too many romance novels, perhaps. そうだね。そうだね。People love that kind of content, right? ご意見本当にありがとうございました。厳しくも的確で価値ある言葉に心から感謝しております。めっちゃ丁寧だね。自分の人生や人間関係を見直す必要があることは分かっていたつもりですが、あなたの周りの声からそれを聞くことでようやく自分の中で納得できました。正直なところ、これまでは自分がプレイヤーのような立場だと思っていました。でも長い年月を経て、今はむしろプレイされた側だったのかもしれないと感じています。でもね、I think she really appreciated it, and then you've done nice things, so you shouldn't be ashamed. It's not like you are sending gift cards to to the woman on Facebook, right? So you helped a real person. That's nice, but maybe it's time to move on. Yeah. Do Japanese women desire successful men or physically attractive men? Balance. Stable income and decent appearance. You don't have to be like supermodel handsome or like rich like Elon Musk or anything, but like, have a stable income and, take care of your appearance, go to barber, get nice clothes, nice っていうか clothes that doesn't look like you are wearing for 10 years, right? Damn, I love wearing shorts and clothes that stand out. You might have a hard time. Yeah. Authenticity is key, right? Cooking is desirable skill for Japanese women and doing housework. Doing housework ね。Yeah, そうだよ。Oscar just joined briefly since I have to go to bed. Thank you for content. Good night. Oh, good night. Thank you for tuning in. If you are not good at cooking, then preparation, dishes, and being useful around the house is a good compromise. Exactly. そうだね。That's so true. So true. Because, like, how much can you contribute to a household, right? If you are just laying on the couch and don't really, maybe you work, but if you don't really contribute financially either, and she's working too, then do something, right? But I'm sure compared to Japanese men in general, I think you guys are more used to those things, like helping your mom when you were a child とかね. I think that kind of practice is more common in Western houses, but not maybe in Asian houses. そうだね. Yep. Yeah, it's been very fun. Yeah, there were a lot of no BS advice today, but まあね, hope you find it helpful. I feel like there are some people who left because of my bullshit advice. No bullshit, but no bullshit, no BS advice. But まあね, it's important to know the truth, right? If you want to live in a fantasy world, I mean that's cool. But if you want to actually date, have a relationship with somebody, then right, knowing the truth is it doesn't hurt you in the long run. So that's what I believe. まあ hope you enjoyed it. そうね next week は多分 yeah same time same day Sunday noon かな. So I'll see you in the next week. In next week. Bye. You wanna say bye, Justin?
Bye, Justin.